Our main goal is to have integrations between most common ECAD players and PLM with consistent set of use cases which make the solution scalable and flexible. Irrespective of Cadence or Altium, same use cases are relevant. So we are taking a standardization approach to integration and getting away from this point-to-point solution. It is connecting the ECAD domain at large with PLM and downstream applications. Okay, next, what we'll do is we'll look at a quick demonstration of the ECAD cockpit integrated with PLM, with Propel PLM. Go ahead. So first, let's search for a part in the ECAD cockpit right within the ECAD application, such as an OrCAD or an Altium. So once we have this part established, what we can do is we can open this part and then we can derive this part and we can reuse this part and derive this part. This part can be edited, modified with compliance information, placed in the schematic and track part lifecycle. Once we are ready, we can push this new part to Propel. We can approve, which will trigger and retrieve a new part from Propel and automatically update the temporary placeholder. We can now see the part numbers automatically updated. Now, in Propel, we can now see the associated transferred parametric data like supplier information from ECAD. This also includes an ECAD-based attachments like a manufacturer data sheet, for example, and we can share that here. So back in the ECAD cockpit, we can manage all our ECAD related projects in a whip approach and automatically push the project into Propel. So the ECAD project related files like manufacturing fab data, PCB assembly, BOM will be added to the Propel assembly. So we can see this data that's right now is being pushed. And here's the BOM representation. So in Propel, we now have the PCB assembly automatically created. We can see the zero-touch BOM automatically being built from ECAD with all associated electronic parts. And we can also review attachments. We'll go up and review attachments here, like the related schematic document, which was automatically derived from the ECAD cockpit. And we pushed into Propel. Here we can see some of the schematic pages. The other thing is like annotations can be applied and saved to any of the related propelled activities like change orders. And this is very important in the process. Here we can see related derived PDFs of Gerber files and other manufacturing data. So where do we get all this data from? Well, we can take a look at the change order, which can be automatically generated from the integration, or we can dive into the import session that was created upon the push. Here we can review all the results, files that were uploaded, mapping, and even step to add the change order, which was already done. So we have options there. So with these key takeaways, so the first one, even though we showed Cadence tools as an example, our integration with Propel will take care of Altium and other supported applications. We are multi-CAD, and this takes away from the challenge of point-to-point integrations. We have abstracted the use cases based on our industry experience, and we can configure the integration as is needed. This approach also helps manage standard component libraries, which can be used across any ECAD application. This leads to consistent way of integrating ECAD data and Propel with the consistent ECAD digital thread. This approach clearly delineates system of records for different sets of information, which really leads to a good data governance. Um, One of the other things is the integration is also supply chain aware. As we integrate to the component databases like Silicon Expert, which Silicon Expert has a wealth of information of hundreds of millions of components. This assists in the component selection, ensuring the BOMs are resilient and any impact to any component is made aware in the ECAD environment. Um, and then with the third takeaway here, attributes are configurable and the data model managing uh, between PLM and ECAD can be done very easily. And I think that's the key takeaway here. Integration is web enabled and can be deployed in few calendar weeks. And this leads to a shorter time to value.